Hello guys, thank you all for once again joining in. In today's session, we are going to learn a lot about Amazon bulk operations, right? I hope you guys are excited about this session, right? So let's understand a couple of important aspects here, right? Now bulk operations. Now before getting into the subject of bulk operations, we all know that we use these templates to create multiple campaigns and all, right? And manage our campaigns. Now, why there is a necessity for us to use bulk operations, right? Before answering this question, I think we need to address the fundamental problem statement or the requirement or the need, right? The need is to create or to run multiple PPC campaigns, right? Our need is to make sure we are running or we are testing various keywords on a regular basis or on a periodic basis. It is so much critical, right? Why? Because when it comes to especially selling on e-commerce marketplaces like Amazon, right, we know that we are going to get 80% of our sales from your 20% of your keywords, right? You can just apply your Pareto rule, right? So we all know that we are getting most of, or we are going to get most of our sales from 20% of those keywords. Now you need to be in constant search for those 20% of these keywords, right? For you to when I say you need to be in constant search for those 20% of keywords, you need to constantly keep testing and trialing multiple campaigns, multiple keywords, right? You need to perform this exercise on a regular basis. Now when it comes to beginners, where most of the people make mistakes is they would start with a campaign, and especially, yes, it is understood that beginners may not know anything about bid optimization or campaign keyword optimization, or I mean, most of the beginners, they do not know, so they will start their campaigns and they will end up setting up very high bids, and they do not optimize their campaigns on a periodic basis, and towards the end of the week or end of the month, they only realize that they lost a lot of money, and they feel that PPC campaigns are not effective, or they just make loss, and they will stop all their PPC campaigns and they would just try to get sales organically, right? And then gradually they will get into a notion saying that for them to be successful, they will have to launch hundreds of products on Amazon, which is complete crap. Right? You need not have hundreds of products to make good money on Amazon. You just need a couple of good products and also a very good skill set managing your PPC campaigns, right? Now I explained you the need for running multiple campaigns, right? So you can run multiple campaigns using the organic approach or using the seller central interface, but it becomes a little complicated when your number of campaigns increases, right? As your count of campaigns increases, it becomes more and more complex managing your campaigns on seller central. This is where you need to make use of your bulk operations, right? This is so much easy. I mean, there is no rocket science here. It is very, very fundamental stuff. It's just that once you get to understand how this works, once you try to create a small campaign for yourself, you will get that confidence, and I'm sure by the end of this video you will be in a position, or you will get all the information or knowledge required for you to create manual campaign using bulk operations for yourself, right? That's an assurance from my side, right? Now let's get into the topic. For starting your bulk operations, or for before setting up your manual campaigns using bulk operations, firstly you will have to download a template, right? For you to download the template, you will have to get to Amazon advertising or advertisement portal. Generally, for creating campaigns on Seller Central, you'll go to Campaign Manager. But now or today we are going to use bulk operations, so I selected bulk operations. When I select bulk operations, this is what I get to see. Okay. Now, if you were to optimize your bids, you will download this sheet. But for this session, we are not optimizing. In our next session, we are definitely going to speak a lot about optimization. Right now, we are focusing on creating manual campaigns using bulk operations. So what I'll do is, firstly, I'll download the template. So here we have a blank template. Now, when you download this blank template, you will get to see this sheet. Of course, you will not have colors. I have color coded it so that I can explain you in a better way, right? But generally, you will get to see the exact same sheet. So you will actually get multiple tabs here. You will get one tab for sponsored products. You will get one tab for sponsored brands, and then you will get one more tab, right? So in today's session, we are going to create, or we are going to focus on creating manual keyword campaigns. So I removed all other sheets. We are just going to focus on sponsored product campaigns, right? Now let's before creating campaigns here. So this is the approach that I'm going to take. Firstly, I'm going to show you the keywords that I want to use in these bulk operations, and then I will try to show you the differences between the Seller Central approach and the Excel spreadsheet approach, right? So that it becomes much more easier for you, and you're also in a position to understand, and that becomes so much easy. Okay, so firstly, from where will I get keywords to run my PPC campaigns? Right, to answer this question, you should watch my previous videos or recordings. Just in case if you have not watched my previous recordings, I will share my links in my descriptions. Please do watch both my videos on PPC. I'm 100% sure, no matter which paid course you are taking, you will not find these videos, right? In case if you find them, let me know. I'll pay the fee, right? So good. So before getting into that, let's not deviate from the subject. Now, from our previous sessions, we consolidated a list of 160 keywords, right, for a product chopper or vegetable chopper, right? So I have a list of 160 keywords here. So we got these keywords by using software tools. We got these keywords by using brand analytics. Let's also assume that we got these keywords from auto campaigns, right? Now what I'm trying to tell you is, for you to create your manual campaigns, what is the source of data? From where will you get the keywords to run manual campaigns? Number one, you could get keywords from your auto campaigns. In my last video, I told that auto campaigns are discovery campaigns. If a couple of keywords are doing well or performing well in your auto campaigns, you will just use those keywords and run broad and phrase match campaigns, right? So you got a set of data from your auto campaigns. And then we also looked into brand analytics. So we are going to get a couple of keywords from brand analytics. And of course, we are going to get a couple of keywords either from Helium 10 or Jungle Scout or Merchant Words, whatever it is. I mean, any of the software tools. So today, while I try to create one broad and one phrase match campaign, now just imagine if you were to create campaigns for 160 keywords, right? Let's assume you're placing 5 keywords in one ad group and maybe 3 ad groups in one campaign. I mean, you will have to create almost 30 or 35 campaigns, right? And how long will it take? I mean, it takes so much time. If you were to use Seller Central interface, it will take a lot of time, right? But the benefit or the advantage of using bulk operations is you will be able to create multiple campaigns in a very less time. Maybe in 15-20 minutes you will be able to create multiple campaigns. That is the first benefit. The second benefit of using your bulk operations is you will be able to manage your campaigns well, whether if you were to add or negate your keywords, or if you were to optimize your bids, which we'll speak at length in my next video, right? If you were to track your progress, right, you have created a campaign, you want to know how you're doing over a period of time. Unfortunately, on Amazon you just have 60 days historic data, right? Above anything over and above 60 days, Amazon will not store it. But you can download these files, save these files, and if you were to compare it, you can definitely use this data. All right, so there are so many advantages. So let's try to use these keywords, right? In today's session, I'm also going to touch base upon the campaign naming structure. Now when you read my campaign name, you will get to know so many things. You will get to know what type of campaign am I running, why am I running, from where did I get those keywords, what is my agenda. You will get to know everything, right? So it's very important. It is not just about creating bulk operations or not just about creating campaigns using bulk operations. It is also very important that you name your campaigns well, Okay, so let's get into the topic. uh, this is the Excel spreadsheet which I got from when I downloaded. Now before coming here, let's get to the regular interface. When I say regular interface, if you were to create a campaign from Amazon Seller Central interface, so I'll choose a sponsored product campaign. Understand the structure here. There is a reason why I'm showing you this. I want to compare the regular approach versus the bulk operations method, so that you get to know everything. You are in a position to compare, you know what to plug in where and why you're doing that, right? So just understand that in regular approach there are four components. Okay, the first one is your campaign section. Campaign section is where you specify what campaign is that, you specify the start date, end date in case if you want to, but generally we don't put any end date for campaigns. You also define a bid, you also specify that it's a manual campaign, and then we can choose either dynamic bids down or dynamic bids up and down. For matured campaigns you can definitely use fixed bids. All right, so you can choose any of the options that you prefer for your campaign, and then that is all you have in the campaign section, right? You have all these details in your campaign sections. And the next section is your ad group, right? In your ad group you will just specify what is your ad group name, right? And the third section is your ad, right? You need to add your product. You see, add the products you want to advertise. This is your third section. And the fourth section is your keywords. Simple. So this is where you will enter your list of keywords and stuff. So when we look at the regular approach in this page, we just looked at four components. The first component is your campaign. The second component is your ad group. The third component is your ad as in you're going to add a product to advertise. And the fourth component is your keyword. Understood? Clear? Good. So let's apply the same logic in your Excel spreadsheet. I'll go to my Excel spreadsheet. Now we are trying to define a campaign, right? Or create a manual campaign here, right? Today we'll create one broad match campaign and also one phrase match campaign, right? Now broad and phrase match campaigns are meant for exploration. Your primary objective of running your broad and phrase match campaigns is to look for longer tail version of keywords, right? So you discovered couple of keywords in your auto campaigns. You will put those keywords in broad and phrase match campaigns. Now whichever campaigns are doing well in your broad and phrase match, you will look for longer tail version of keywords. You will see if you have got healthy conversion ratios. If that is the case, you will go and rank for those keywords. For ranking for those keywords, you will definitely use exact match campaigns. Simple? Good. So firstly, record type. Now I explained you in just a couple of minutes back, there are just four components to remember, right? The first one is campaign, next one is ad group, third one is your ad, and the fourth one is your keyword. Let's start. Now record type. Firstly, I want to create a campaign. So I'll say campaign. I want to create a campaign, right? And then I will define the campaign name, right? Now just read this campaign name. What does it say? It says chopper, SP, broad, H10, number 1. Now are you able to understand something here? Are you able to understand? See, when I look at this naming, it is so much clear for me what campaign is that, right? So it is telling me that I am running a campaign for vegetable chopper. I named it chopper, right? It is telling me that it's a sponsored product campaign, right? And it is telling me that I'm running a broad match campaign, which means it's a manual campaign, right? If it is a manual campaign, you will have broad, phrase, or exact, right? If it is an auto campaign, you will have what? Close match, loose match, complement, substitutes. Clear? So here it is telling me that this is for a vegetable chopper. It is a sponsored product campaign and it is a manual campaign, broad match campaign, and I got these keywords from Helium 10, and this is my first campaign. Simple. This is all you need to know when it comes to naming your campaigns. Okay, and then you need to define a daily budget, and then you need to define the date. See, we are so much used to a date, month, and year format, but in this case you need to have your month, date, and year format, right? So 01, today is 19, let me say 19 right? And then 2022, right? And then I'll say it's a manual campaign, and then I will say my campaign status is enabled, right? And then I will also specify the bidding strategy. In this case, I'm using dynamic bidding down only. That's it. You need not plug in any other details, right? So the next component is your ad group, right? Now you will specify, you're telling Amazon that now I want to add an ad group. You will say I want to add an ad group, so which is ad group, and then you will specify the same campaign name, because this ad group belong to the same campaign, right? It belongs to the same campaign. So I'll just copy paste the campaign name, and now I will also name my ad group. You see, how did I name my ad group? The naming is almost same. I mean, it is similar to what I mentioned here. It is same as my campaign name. However, I just added one more identifier here. I mentioned 1A, because in this campaign, if I were to add multiple ad groups, then I will be in a different position to differentiate, right? I can say 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, and so on and so forth. Generally, I do not add more than 3 ad groups per campaign, but you should be knowing why I use this 1A, right? My campaign, it just has one, whereas my first ad group I used 1A, right? And then you also need to specify what is the max bid for this ad group, right? And then you can just say campaign status is enabled, ad group status is also enabled. Okay, and the third component is your ad, right? So there are four components. The first one is your campaign, the second one is your ad group, the third one is your ad. Now when I say ad, this is where you're going to specify which product you want to advertise. Very simple. Okay, so now I'll say I want to add, campaign name will remain the same, so I just copied the same stuff. Now ad group name, it will remain the same. So this campaign, or this ad group, we need not make any changes, right? And then I will specify the SKU that I want to advertise, right? So this is just an identifier. You can just select your SKU and then paste it here, and then just say enable, right? I believe you're watching this video carefully. If you have never created campaigns using bulk operations, just follow this step-by-step process. Just follow the exact same approach that I'm showing you right now. Create a small campaign, or campaign with a few keywords, upload it, and then you will get confidence. Just rinse and repeat the process, right? So getting back to the topic, now the third you're done with your third component, and the fourth component is your keywords. Now I will say I want to add keywords, right? Campaign name, I will not make any change, because all these keywords, they belong to the same campaign. Now ad group also, I will not make any changes, right? And then I'll specify the keywords that I want to advertise, right? And I also will define the max bid, right? Let's assume you forgot to mention, or you forgot to specify bids or max bid for one of your keywords, right? In that case, Amazon by default, it will take ad group level bid, right? So that's the purpose of adding this bid here. In case if you fail, or in case if you forget to update your bid here, Amazon by default will take the ad group level bid. In this case, I don't want to forget, so I'm specifying it, right? So, and then I will also specify that it is a broad match campaign, and I'll also mention campaign status as enable, ad group status as enable. Here also I'll say enable. Simple. So this is all is it, right? So I've already created one campaign. Now so you may feel that if you are a beginner, you may feel that it is so tough, there are so many cells or so many numbers, or so many details to plug in and all. But let me show you the magic here, right? So I just created one campaign. Okay, now so we created one campaign and we created one ad group, right? One broad match ad group, right? Now if I want to create one more ad group within this campaign, right? So I'm just repeating, we created one campaign with one ad group so far. I want to create another ad group within the same campaign. Then what I'll do is I'll just copy all this stuff and then I'll paste it. That's it. Now ad group, so it all belongs to same campaign, so I'll not make any changes to the campaign name, right? Now ad group ad group name, so here earlier I mentioned 1A, this is my second ad group, right? So I'll say 1B, right? And I'll just copy the same stuff. Or you can also do one more thing, you can just control all, right? Sorry, you can just say control find, replace A with B, say replace all. When you say replace all, see, okay, this formula is not working because there is also another B. That's fine. For our ease of convenience, we'll say 1B, 1B, sorry. Cool. So I created my second ad group, right? And then what I'll do, so all this stuff, it will remain the same. Keywords, instead of my first 5 keywords, I can use my another set of keywords. So it's so simple, right? See, once I create a structure, it becomes so much easy for me to copy and paste and create another set of campaigns, right? So I have explained you how to create one campaign with one ad group. If you were to create another ad group within the same campaign, so I just demonstrated how to do that. Now I want to create another campaign. Now so far we created one campaign, one ad group, and then we also created our second ad group. Now I want to create another campaign, a different campaign. So I want to create a campaign for broad phrase match this time. Then what I'll do is I'll just copy the exact same stuff. I'll come here, I'll paste it here, simple. Then what I'll do, I want to replace, right? I want to, wherever there is broad, I want to replace it with phrase. So simple. Just see, I'll just say control find, I'll say replace BROAD broad with phrase. When I say replace all, now it is so simple. I already created a campaign for my phrase match, right? So it is saying my campaign name is once again vegetable chopper. It's a sponsored product campaign. This time it is a phrase match campaign. I got these keywords from Helium 10, right? And then it's a first campaign for broad match, for phrase match. Simple. And then all this stuff, you see, everything got automatically changed. I'm very much okay with this naming convention, right? And then keywords, of course I'll use another set of keywords, or we can have the same set of keywords, because I will create I mean, if I were to target these 5 or 6 keywords, I'll create one separate campaign for broad match and then one separate campaign for phrase match, right? Of course these keywords, we can have another set of keywords here, right? And then I'll say, there is nothing to say actually, everything is already there, right? It's all phrase match, it automatically got changed. Right now it is so simple. Now if I were to create another ad group within this ad campaign, just like I explained you earlier, I can just copy this, I'll just paste this, I'll just copy this ad group and then I'll paste it. And now instead of campaign name will remain the same. Now instead of I want to change the ad group name, instead of 1A I'll have 1B, right? Instead of 1A I'll have 1B, right? Instead of 1A I'll have 1B, right? Likewise I can just copy and paste. So simple, right? So now see how quickly we created one campaign, we created one broad match campaign, and then we added one ad group, and then we created one phrase match campaign with one ad group, and then we also stacked another ad group. Now what I'll do is I'll just delete all these blank spaces, right? And then I can just save this file, right? I can save that file, I can come here, I can choose that file from desktop, I can upload, submit, right? And that is all it is, right? Once you do that, you will have your new campaigns created on Amazon Seller Central. You see guys, so in this example or in this video so far, we created how many? 2 campaigns, right? 2 campaigns with 2 ad groups each. It is very much possible for you to create 10 or 20 campaigns using your bulk operations in maybe 15-20 minutes max. It doesn't take more than that time, right? So that's the beauty of creating your or using your bulk operations, right? Now one more interesting factor is, it's not just about creating your campaigns, it is also more to do with your optimization. You need to know, right? On a regular basis, you need to run your search term reports. You need to see if there are any keywords where you are losing a lot of money without getting any sales. You need to negate such keywords, right? In order to do all those optimization activities, these bulk operations templates, they help you a lot, especially when you have multiple campaigns running for multiple products or multiple SKUs, right? It makes the life so much easier, and that will allow you to focus on stuff which are much more value additive, right? But one thing is very much clear. This is a mistake which most of the beginners make, right? So especially if you're a beginner, you do not know much about PPC, campaign management and stuff, right? So you would start with one auto, one manual, and you will end up starting your campaigns with a much higher bids, and then you fail to optimize, and then you will realize that your ACOS is through the roof, and then it's beyond your control. It's very important that you educate yourself, and I'm sure these videos that I'm posting will provide you lot of information, or it will equip you with all the data or knowledge that you require. So make the best use of bulk operations. Do not run the show with one or two campaigns. Have multiple campaigns. Create 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and hundreds of campaigns. Now it is not just about creating hundreds of campaigns. It's also important to know how much to spend on each campaign, how to bid on your campaigns, how to optimize your campaigns, right? You make sure whatever campaigns you're running, they're functioning or they're working properly, right? So that's the deal. Now once you see, now when you run these broad and phrase match campaigns, when you come across keywords that are performing really well, long tail version, right? And then you will pick those keywords, and then for that you will have to create exact match campaigns. Now when you are running exact match campaigns, I would always prefer having one keyword per campaign, because that is where I want to take more control. So you can definitely do that also. You can have just one keyword per campaign. So especially if you are trying to rank for a particular keyword, that is where you can use that option the most. Okay, cool. So I hope today's session is interesting. At least you got a quick overview of bulk operations. So this is so cool. So just in case if you are doing it for the first time, just re-watch this video, and as I speak, try to download this report from Seller Central, right? Try to create a small campaign. Just put 3 or 4 keywords or 5 keywords, create a simple broad match campaign, and then upload it. I'm sure you'll be able to create it, and then get back to your Seller Central and also check whether everything is there or not. Okay, and once you do that, you will get so much confidence, and rest of the story should become much more easier, or it will be much more easier for you to understand. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you found something interesting today. Thank you all for today's session. Appreciating your time. If you're watching this recording for about last 29 minutes, it means a lot to me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Please like my video, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and that will also motivate me to come up with many more interesting videos. And also don't miss out on my next video, because I'm going to speak about bid optimization. In bid optimization, we are going to learn about the inch up, inch down method. We are also going to learn about the target ACOS method. We are also going to learn several 7-8 figure strategies. All right. So thank you all and have a great day. Bye all.